Hello viewer, thank you for joining us for another episode of Kiwanjani, a show through which we discuss the game that we love most, the game of football. As usual, two gentlemen join me, and these are former Kenyan internationals, James Estuma and Innocent Mutiso. A fantastic weekend for some teams, and a weekend of draws actually for many. How was it for you?
For me, it was a fantastic weekend.
Oh, you sure bets came from?
All of the magic seat.
So permanently you moved.
But again, a very fantastic weekend. Ukiangalia beautiful football.
Yes.
Arsenal versus West Ham 3-0 down, fighting back to 3-3 and almost wanashinda.
Why do you make it sound like you won?
Of course, coming against West Ham from 3 down, it's something like you can talk about. And again, FA Cup. Manchester United, Leicester, exit. It just sounds up.
Let's come back to
the fifth competition.
We're set to win the Europa this time, so let's concentrate. Concentration.
Oh no!
All right, Kenyan Premier League, Coastal Rangers 2, Mathare 0.
I think that was not the only surprise of the weekend, apart from the draws and the teams that are below Mathare and are in and around them. They picked up points, but Mathare Rangers failed to capitalize. And for Coastal Rangers, you can see their progress.
Yes.
And you can see that Coach Ukumbi right now is getting a grasp of Coastal Rangers, and is taking them from the doldrums, and right now they're pushing up the table, and that was a very vital win for Coastal Rangers, and it will go a long way to helping them fight relegation. But kudos to the team, and for Mathare United, they really have to get back to winning ways, because if they continue with this trend,
relegation is calling.
Curtains for them.
Your teams, Nairobi City Stars met with Tusker, and it was 2-2.
Yeah, it was another fantastic game, and I think really City Stars really gave a fight against Tusker FC. They really went ahead in that game 2-0 up, courtesy of Anthony Kimani. He really scored beautiful goals. That free kick was fantastic. Hizo ni vitu tunaonanga Euro. But again, tunaweza zifanya hapa.
Fernandes wanafanya
kwa TV, but again I think Tusker showed why they are champions. It was a game of two halves. Remember, first half it was City Stars, and then second half again Tusker. And I remember watching that game, and I think when Tusker went down 2-0, they panicked. They didn't know what to do. And remember, they didn't have that quality in the field, because in the field we had this link between the midfield and the strikers. Because ukiangalia game kama Henry Mejia first half, kama striker mzima aliguza I think one touch in dangerous area yenye alipeana Macharia badala go for glory. But again, come second half, the introduction of Onyango, Hafsi Mieno, you change everything. Na Tusker walikuwa almost kushinda hiyo game. Na Manda alimiss a sitter in the kwa line pale, ila alicheza akacheza nje.
You were at the venue for this game. How did the City Stars, go for a draw after leading?
It was a game of two halves, and just like Stuma said, first half belonged to Nairobi City Stars, and when they got those two quick fire goals, Tusker were all over the place. Their defense was all over the place, and me knowing Matano and having worked under Matano, and Stuma also attached to that, they at halftime talk, they got the hair dryer treatment. Knowing the Lion, Simba mwenyewe, walipashwa half time.
You've had the experience.
I know. But unaweza kupasha ambapo ujiangalie uanze kuona your life choices ni kama you made the wrong choices.
Ni kama bond feeling yako.
And going to the second half, manze, Tusker really showed why they are touted to be champions this season. Walionyesha the urgency and a show of character, coming from 2 goals down and drawing 2-2.
Yes.
I think that was a huge statement for them. And looking at the other games, their closest rivals, KCB, FC Leopards, all of them dropped points. And at least Tusker, they can say, coming from 2 goals down, that's a point gained rather than 2 points dropped. So it was a good point for Tusker, and they can only get better from here.
You'd written off on Vihiga United against the FC Leopards, and it was a draw of 0-0.
Yeah, of course.
Hapa najua support team gani.
From the last 3 games of FC Leopards, I think they really showed the character, they really showed the quality they have, and playing against a Vihiga team that is struggling from the bottom side. I think you, as a fan, you always give FC Leopards, but again, kudos to Vihiga United because they really showed that okay, we have to fight. That's why Mathare they are in danger, because you see Zoo FC against KCB, they also picked a point. So
away from home.
Yeah, away from home. So it leaves Mathare in a very dangerous situation. And kudos to Vihiga United. I know FC Leopards playing down there sometimes is a challenge to them.
Let's go to KCB Zoo.
Mbona tunataka niongelee game ya FC Leopards man?
Unataka kuongeza nini?
Mimi hiyo draw mimi naona ilikuwa orchestrated na former FC Leopards coach Nick Hama mwenye ako kwa hiyo technical bench, and hiyo experience I think amekuwa nayo ndio since aongezwe kwa hiyo bench, you know, is the technical director, and tunamwona kwa bench zote za games za Vihiga United, and since aingie tumeanza kuona progress kwa Vihiga United. Sasa imekuwa a little bit more difficult beating Vihiga United, and that's why you can see they ground out that they graded out that result, that 0-0 draw. It was very good for them to not concede. So unaweza pata at the end of the season kama it will go down to goal difference, then sasa hivi United mali wako na hizo vile sasa hawa concede mabao mingi sana. I think they will be in a very good position.
KCB Zoo drove 1-1. People are saying that you know, KCB, the Lion was caged.
Yeah, they were caged actually, and the money bags banner sijui nini kuliendaje, and they were leading 1-0.
Yes.
But it was a very good show of character by Zoo, and I think they've been drawing inspiration since they got their first win against Vihiga United in Kericho, and after that at least they're not conceding very easy goals, and kukuja all the way from Kericho to Nairobi and getting a draw from the second place team, I think that was a huge plus for them, and 2 points dropped from KCB.
Right, the Harambee Stars takes on Egypt on 25th at Kasarani. No big names, no Wanyama, no Timbe. What are your thoughts about the squad?
Yeah, it's a big one for us, and also, you know, for the young players, they have to show character, because, you know, we are the usual suspects, the usual names are not in the list, and you know it brings a lot of questions into the technical bench or to the management. But again, hao ndio wanajua nini wanafanya, what's happening, wanataka nini at the moment. But I believe okay, we have the character, we have the quality. Now again, in football, this is another chance, another new players to come in or to that field. Tukikumbuka David Owino Kalaba, jina Kalaba ilikuja wapi wakati alikuwa ameshikilia, alienda tukacheza Nigeria. Then Victor Moses, hakuna kitu alifanya that day. So at times, you know, playing these big names as a player is just a motivation itself. So it's upon to the players ukipatiwa chance to live up to the expectation.
Your thoughts about?
I think Coach Ghost Mule was very bold in naming that squad.
Yes.
Leaving out the foreign-based players, and amepatia faith yake yote kwa local-based players, most of them. Because you can see 90% of the squad are local-based players, and I think pia walimshow your faith in them because they performed really well against South Sudan. Yes. They performed very well against Tanzania, and I think he wants to work with that bunch of players because they showed spirit, they showed character, and for the debutants. They scored goals, like you can see Elvis Rupia and also Eric Kapaito walipiga mabao, na I think hiyo ita go a long way, na pia sahi vile kocha mwasho faith mzuri, the players will give back results. They will give back results. Na Egypt ukiangalia first leg tulidraw na huko away from home, which was a very huge plus by the way. How many times team ya Kenya imeenda huko North Africa nikarudi na point?
Inakuja another 5+ goals.
5+. The last time nilikuwa North Africa tulikuwa tumeenda huko Esperance. Kutoka kwa airport tulikuwa tunafanyiwa hivi. Kutoka kwa airport
bao 5.
Bao 5. Na hiyo game ilishavive nini. Kwa hivyo ilikuwa point mzuri sana ya Kenya huko, but albeit we had another coach in Coach Kimanzi, but sahi dynamics zimechange, na leaving out the captain Victor Wanyama, I don't know how the players will cope, but kuna experience ya Anthony Akumu Vieira, Akumu Ba mwenye tumecheza naye pale Gor Mahia. I think he will fill the shoes of the captain, who will be dearly missed, because you know his presence, experience ile amekuwa nao playing in Europe, hizo cup zote amekuwa nazo za Harambee Stars, na unajua debut yake alimeka akiwa bado teenager, so it will be a huge loss for him. But our players kama coach Gosmule amewa trust kuenda to this next level. Mbona sisi tusimtrust?
Yeah. Your prediction for this game?
Yeah, it's a tough one for Kenya, I can say, because if you compare the two squads on paper, you feel like Egypt has more character, has more quality, unlike us, because you have best players playing around the world. You have Mohamed Salah, and we wait to see how the local players will have to cope with that. And I believe we have the character to do so. So for me, it's somehow to predict that game hard for me, but again we are playing at home, so mcheza kwa utuzwa, and I believe if we can just tucheze the coach anaweza like a strategy, then you can have something in that game. Hapa mimi niko very sure wachezaji wakakuwa tuna with that confidence naweza panda maybe ka win ama ka draw.
A win or draw or 1x. Hiyo kicheko yako.
Hiyo game acha nikwambie, hiyo game sidhani Salah atakuwa hiyo game. And I will tell you why. Coach Jurgen Klopp wa Liverpool alikuwa amesema hii time manze itakuwa ni ngori sana mimi kuachilia players, kwa sababu sasa hii with the COVID-19 restrictions, akitoka Africa akirudi huko lazima aende isolation 14 days. Na unacheki is their star player, is the top scorer in the league currently with 17 goals. It will be a huge loss for them. And alisema au masters wake wenye wanafaa kwenda international duty, wale wako wanaenda kwa restricted countries, hata wakubalisha. So itakuwa between job and your country. So ni kama ataambia watu chagua, either ni kazi yako ama ni country. So Salah,
such a hard choice.
It's a very hard choice. So sijui unless kutakuwa na intervention with the Egyptian FA and the English FA, maybe ndio kuna maybe special treatment, but sioni Salah kwa hiyo game. Na Salah asipokuwa hiyo game, I think Trump kadi ya Egypt itakuwa imepotea kidogo. And labda Mohamed El Neni akikuja ndio mimi anaweza tusumbua kidogo, but anaweza kufanya mambo, but hiyo game naipatia under 2.5 kwa sababu itakuwa very defensive side. Na najua Egypt watakuja hapa trying not to concede early, na pia sisi tutakuwa tunajaribu tusiconcede pia versus Egypt. So under 2.5 ama 1 or 2.
Under 2.5. Remember, we brought to you courtesy of Helabet. You can join and play on helabet.co.ke. We also invite you to join the conversation on the comment section and on our social media platforms, Kiwanjani for Facebook and Kiwanjani254 for Instagram. Let's go to England, and it was, a loss for West Ham. Full-time West Ham.
What's it?
They had the lead, and then they let it go.
Yes, the character from Arsenal. But the character from Mikel Arteta. By the way, ilikuwa game ngumu sana kwa Arsenal. In fact, for the first 30 minutes ilikuwa game ya West Ham.
Yes.
Na kitu imenishangaza sana na game ya jana, by the way, how 11 players walikuwa na switch off the ball. Unaona?
Ukiangalia the second goal.
For the second goal, unaona?
Yes.
Foul imepatikana, focus iko kwa referee, then ilikuwa quick reaction from the West Ham, and then walikuwa nafunga. Alafu ukiangalia sasa hivi nilikuwa naongelea from the last show, nilikuwa nasema kwamba at the moment I feel Jason Lingard ameleta something new for West Ham in attack. Ukiangalia the way anacheza, everything in a revolve around him. Ukiangalia position ukiangalia position anachezesha, by the way, anacheza number 10, so amekuwa ile free roll, anaweza move any direction, any place in the field, unlike team alikuwa anacheza previously kabla aende on loan. Alikuwa sama defensive striker. Ilikuwa kwa wing hapa.
Mlikuwa mmemkeja.
Ukijaribu kuingia hivi unasikia mbaya imenuliwa outside. But ukiangalia the moment anacheza, but again I give it to Arsenal. Was fantastic response from the team. Ukiangalia game Arsenal was almost winning that game. So it was a fantastic game, na I think kama aliangalia hiyo game pia ilikuwa game of two halves.
You are, contemplating that if Arsenal won this game, top 4 is a possibility. You still hold those?
Yes, I still hold with this type of character. there's still hope for Arsenal. And si ati naongea na feelings, sijui napenda Arsenal ama nini. Hapana. It was a very good show of character, and coming from 3 goals down to draw 3-3 is no mean feat. And you could see from the first minute to the 30th minute how players ni kama wali switch off. Let me say that, because the first two goals zilikuwa in a space of 90 seconds. And kitu moja, hiyo bao ya pili mimi naweza sema ingefaa kwa bao, and I will tell you why. Kama hiyo bao ingeangaliwa kwa VAR, of which the center referee John Moss hakuangaliliwa kwa VAR, hiyo bao ingekuwa disallowed, because foul ilikuwa imehappen 10 yards away, ball ikaanzia huku kwingine nyuma. So kama ingeangaliwa kwa VAR malio ball imeanzishwa, ingeruliwa out, but it went vile ilienda, na I think it was a huge slap for Arsenal. Waache kuwa complacent. Ukiangalia ile game ya Olympiacos, Arsenal was complacent. Hiyo si game Arsenal ingefaa kulose, ingefaa kuonesha statement of intent that we are here to win it. But bado question marks over Arsenal if wataweza kuwin Europa League inaingililia kwa hiyo game. And then going to the derby against West Ham, the players just switched off. You cannot afford to switch off around the 18-yard box. Ball ilianza very quickly. Everyone had switched off, even the goalkeeper. You cannot afford that. Na alifungiwa bao ingine easy sana, near post. You're supposed to cover your near post. Like hizo ni basics of football for a goalkeeper. Always cover your near post. Ukifunga kwa far post, then it's hard luck, but near post you'll have to rule that missed chance. And kudos to the team. Albeit hata kama zilikuwa ni 2 own goals, but it was a very good Arsenal effort. And kama hiyo game iongezwa tu dakika zingine 5 hivi 5.
Game ni 90 bana. Game ni 90.
Kama tungepata ile fagi time, ni vile tu sisi timu ya ofisi. Tungepata tu fagi time.
Hakuna total time.
Hiyo game tungeshinda 4-3, but it was a good point for Arsenal.
Mourinho also registered a win against Villa.
Yeah, the loss yao against nini wakiwa Europa, I think unaona ali blame players, na most of the times whenever he blames the players inakuanga like anania his exit. So I think coming back to this game, ukiangalia what he did, alikuwa ameamua kama mbaya ni mbaya. He did 7 changes in the first 11, so akaamua okay, I have to rest liwe liwalo because nimekuwa nikifungwa nao. So
kwanza Dele Ali na Bell kai huko nje,
outside ka huko nje. So I think it was a statement for him. Na at times as a coach, unajua hata unapata maybe he didn't do anything, maybe ameleta something new kwa squad, but wanasema change sometimes inakuanga tu better as good as a rest. So unapata walikuja in now wakampatia results. So for him I think it's a plus. Na going forward, na vile mimi najua Jose ndio timu ile imeshinda, sidhani kama watu wamekuwa nje watacheza hivi. So unless
itakuwa ni ngumu sana kwa timu. Itakuwa ngumu sana our players warudishwe kwa team. And it was a very good reaction from Tottenham after the setback. Na goalkeeper wao, captain wao Hugo Lloris alisema Tottenham was a disgrace in Europe. And I think the players reacted very well, and you could see that they played our players bila make hizo 7 changes. You could see the reaction from the players. Waliona sisi tuna deserve kucheza kama wale wengine wali misperform during midweek, na sisi sasa tumewekwa, the coach has showed faith in us, mbona sisi tusimpatie result. It was a good win for coach Jose Mourinho, na akarevive hopes za kumaliza the top 4 of the Champions League. And not very long ago, up to December too, while everyone was talking about title credentials, title contenders for coach Jose Mourinho and Tottenham. After alifunga Manchester bao 6.
Unaongea mbaya, okay.
Watakuwa title contenders, but that seems like a very long time ago. And sahi tena ikakuwa tulikuwa kidogo tu tuwafikie na tuwapite, but sahi you can see there are 3 points behind Chelsea, who are in 4th place. And I think that win was very good. Ukiangalia wale ile team iko hapo juu yao, nini ilikuwa ni West Ham, dropping those 2 valuable points imefanya Mourinho akaweza
kufanya ilikuwa pia best moment kufanya the changes in this team, kwa sababu ukiangalia pia Aston Villa at the moment wame drop more points games wamecheza bila Jack Grealish. Unaona, ukiangalia amekuwa so vital sana kwa season yao. So hizo games amekuwa hajacheza, unapata mara mingi hawajakuwa kushinda. So for Mourinho ilikuwa plus, wakati aliona hapo nje akaona anaweza kufanya changes.
All right, Mbiombio, let's go to the FA semis. Manchester United won't be going to Wembley. Leicester will be facing Southampton. Chelsea, Manchester City. Your prediction. Who is going to?
Mimi ndo nafaa kuliendaje jana kwa?
No, I want your prediction.
Useme kuliendaje kwanza? What happened?
Game happened. So who do you think is going to carry FA this time?
That's right now.
Looking at the pairings.
Looking at those pairings, you can see it will be a very good time for Southampton to at least exact revenge to Leicester. You know, they beat them 9-0 last season when they were a man down, and this season it has really been tough for them. And this is where they can at least salvage some glory and give them a chance for silverware. And coach Ralph Hasenhuttl really has to be on his game, on his day, and really has to charge up his players in order to get something from Leicester City, because it was a very vital win for Leicester City against Manchester United, who were unbeaten in 28 matches away from home since last season. That's 14 months since last season. So it was a huge statement of intent for the coach of Leicester City. After 39 years, right now they grace the FA Cup semi-finals.
Yes.
So it will be a huge game for both teams. So I will just give it a goal because I think that's the safest bet.
All right. Between Leicester, Southampton, who is going to make it to the final?
If you compare the two teams, you feel they have like the same strength. On a good day, also Southampton is a good team. And okay, if you go by the last game, Leicester against Manchester United, I think it's
Hiyo game waliwachapa 3-1.
I think ni game ambayo Rodgers anaweza beat something from it, and going forward, you know, it's winning against Manchester United, and very good record away from home. It's not a mean achievement, so it's ukiangalia maybe on paper utapatia Leicester, but again, these games, you know, football players also at times they have complacent, so maybe against Southampton they can maybe let's do it easy, and maybe wanapatia Southampton, but to be safe, maybe nenda tu kwa hiyo naweza ipackage.
But we need one candidate at the final.
Of course. But okay, on paper, I can give
Leicester. Leicester looks good. Yeah. Chelsea, Man City. Who is going to the final?
It's another hard game to predict. Ukiangalia Manchester City na ile performance yao against Manchester United, a team of maybe wanasema kaliba yao ama wenye waliponga their closest rivals.
Yes.
And they were beaten hands down, and they could not get anything from that. And looking at the form of Chelsea, and right now vile kwanza beating Atletico Madrid, of which I was way off in that prediction, and you can see how coach Thomas Tuchel. Nimekubali nikiwa wrong by the way, and it's called nobility.
Yes.
Sasa hiyo game itakuwa ni ngumu sana pia kupredict. There's a party a goal so the game can go either way, and you could see what the coach Thomas has brought into Chelsea about a winning mentality, and say they're really hard not to crack. And the last loss that they had ile dropping from Arsenal, I think inakaa saini kama last season, and easy game coach ilikuwa kitambo sana. Apart from the three matches that they've drawn, one at home against Wolves, and the two away draws, na hizo wins zote zingine wamepata, especially in Europe. I think Chelsea have a very huge chance to go into the finals, but the safest bet is goal.
Chelsea in the finals. Who do you see?
Because they are flying high at the moment at the bridge, and you can't rule them out. But again, you know, at the same time, Man City is also doing so well. So these are two teams whereby, I don't know, priorities comes first. Both teams are playing in the Champions League, and you know, so if you compare the two teams, you feel maybe Man City has more quality, has more bench power, and has more players that they can rely on. So maybe Pep can afford to make a few changes in that squad to make sure that they face Chelsea. But again, it's a game of course, for me, I can give it over 2.5.
Over 2.5. Remember, we brought to you courtesy of Helabet. You can join, sign and play on helabet.co.ke. You can also join this conversation on the comment section and on our social media platforms. That is Facebook Kiwanjani, Instagram Kiwanjani254. Let's go to the sure bets, and you are the winner.
Magic 6.
So are you moving from that seat?
No.
all your sure bets came through?
Yeah, of course. All my sure bets. Brighton, Newcastle, nilipatia over 1.5. Nakumbuka mtu akisema haiwezi bwana.
Mimi nisema hivyo. Mimi nisema hivyo.
We can play the
replay. But India kuangalia Brighton, they were so fantastic on that day. Ukiangalia Newcastle the way walicheza, una feel wamekubali matokeo. Unaona, na the way wako wanasema by the way, sidhani kama wana feel za kucheza back to Premier League.
You were very cagey as well on West Ham Arsenal over 1.5.
Over 1.5.
You should have put
in fact, ningeka
plenty.
Ningeka 3
over 5.5.
Over 5.5 ningekula vizuri sana. Ilikuwa na odds nzuri, but it was a fantastic game tumeiongelea at least.
Yes.
Alafu nilikuwa na
Aston Villa,
Spurs nilipatia 1x, nilipatia x2 na nilikuwa najua this is a game that Mourinho akiona blame players na same vile alikuwa sema kama Makobole and then sometimes akiingia kwa dressing room anakuanga ni somebody different, so this game ilikuwa tu must come back kama ni mbaya ingekuwa draw.
Getafe as well over 1.5.
Elche walikuwa naenda na hiyo game, by the way they really did so well for that game. But Getafe wakakam back wakapata bao moja, na pia at the end of the game walikuja wakapata penalty, but thank God kipa wa Elche aliweza kuweka game akawapatia hiyo 1-all draw kwa kileka 1.
But kitu moja
odds zilikuwa 4.
Sijakataa, nakumbuka vizuri sana zile game mbili nilidispute. I still had correct predictions for those games. Hiyo game ya Brighton versus Newcastle nilisema 1x kwa ile bet yangu, na nikasema pia 1x, ndio. Haya, hiyo game ya Getafe nilisema either Getafe utashinda ama under 2.5. Na si game ilisha 1-1. Kama pia nilikusaidia kushinda hiyo bet yako. Nilikusaidia kushinda hiyo bet yako.
You didn't perform badly as well. You started with the apart from
one match syndrome. The one match syndrome manzi.
Kagame kamoja tu.
Kagame kamoja tu. Lakini kama mtu watu wangeka single bet.
Sasa unasikia ilikuwa shobe.
Hiyo multi bet ilianguka na Juventus manze Benevento bana 11 matches losing streak. Alafu unakuja kushinda at the Alliance Arena versus Juventus. Giants Juventus 9-time winners consecutively. Juventus waliangusha, and when Ronaldo is also on his day, the whole team you can see is in tatters. And the game was all Juventus, but Benevento really showed intent and really defended their lives. They defended their dogged defense, because you could see it was a 79% by 21% for Benevento possession. 21 shots against 7 shots. And the only shot that Benevento got on target was the goal in the 69th minute. Manze, like if anything was to go wrong, it went wrong that day for Juventus. And hiyo nini peke yake iliangusha bet yangu. The next one was Brighton versus Newcastle. Newcastle manze on a free fall, and kwa nimesema the three players, the three main attacking players, Callum Wilson, there's Miguel Almiron, and also St. Allen Maximin were not to be there, so you could not see where the goals would be. Now to go here, tatu bila.
You had Chelsea as well.
Nikasema Chelsea lazima watashinda hiyo game, although they had to work hard to grind out that result. And Sheffield really gave Chelsea a run for their money, Sheffield United. And hiyo game ikaishia 1-0, and kudos to Chelsea right now wako semi-finals. Na sasa wamebakia na one last hurdle to beat Manchester City, but so unajua the kings of the Emirates Cup ni nani? Timu kubwa, timu ya baba, Arsenal FC.
Spezia
Cagliari, game ilisha 2-1. Hiyo ilikuwa game ya kwanza.
Ilikuwa
sure bet goal kwa sababu hizo timu zote mbili the last 5 matches zote zimekuwa zikigo GG na over 2.5. So the second bet apart from over 2.5 ilikuwa ni goal na ikaingiana.
So that's where we end it for this episode. Till next time, same place, different games. My name is Esbon, and remember, the conversation continues on our social media platforms, Kiwanjani Facebook and Instagram, Kiwanjani254. Till next time, same place, different games. It's good night.